Hello, welcome to my channel, Lady D. This will be my video on the week ahead where I give out the astrology transits, I do a card reading, and I also do a channel from my guides. So with this week coming up, with the main transits that we have this week, and I'm doing this video very quickly before I have to do my radio show, and then I'm also going up the coast for a fair this weekend in Swansea. So this will be probably a bit of a quicker video. So we do have on the election day for Australia on the 3rd of May, we have Venus conjunct Neptune. This is going to be a bit of like a delusion. It can be dissolved into the finances or a dissolve in relationships. It is in Aries, so it also could be a dissolve in sort of, I guess, leadership as well. In a We will have, in a few months time, we will have Neptune that will go back into Pisces, and then next year go into the Aries for a long time. So, but with the conjunction there with the Venus and the Neptune, it's bringing about a dissolve, a fogginess about it as well. It can even bring about sort of a delusion when it comes to either like leadership or comes to about finances or relationships. It's like, I just feel like with our election, whoever wins, we won't be happy in Australia with our election, and we haven't got the best candidates. I've personally like more the smaller party candidates than not the Greens, the other smaller parties candidates, than I do for the major two parties. So we have on the, but in saying that, what I feel is going to happen is different to what the poll is saying. So I kind of feel like with the help of the minor parties, we could see a Dutton scrape in. If he gets in, I feel like it'll be like a scraping, like a little bit, and I feel like it'll be helpful for the minor parties. Albo, if he gets in, I don't feel, even if I see like even seeing Dutton, so that's what I get with that. But on this day anyway, I just feel like no one's really going to be happy. I feel like there's a bit of delusion that's coming up with this day, especially that conjunction with the Venus and Neptune. We've still also got Saturn, it's in Pisces, but Saturn is still close to these planets, so it's causing problems with these energies as well. We've got on the 5th, we have Pluto, which is going to be moving retrograde. So Pluto will be, this is as far as it's going to go this year, and then it will be going into retrograde. So it is at 3 degrees Aquarius. So it will head backwards. Then we've got, so we've only had basically a short week where we've had all planets direct, and then we start getting back into the retrogrades again. On the 6th of May, we have, this is actually a positive transit, so this is the 6th. We have Mercury, which sextile Jupiter. That can be good communication coming through, feeling quite positive with the mind as well, thinking very clearly as well with that. And then on the 7th, we also have a sextile with Venus and Pluto. Again, that sextiles are quite positive. Sextiles are trials are positive. Squares is when we say not so good. So that can be like a breakthrough in terms of finances or relationships. Something moving quite rapid and quite fast change that's coming up. It could be a death or an ending or something, but it would be a positive. This is a positive. Also on the 5th, we've got Mercury, which is going to meet up with Chiron. This is going to be bringing up some painful thoughts, or perhaps communication not going as smoothly on this day, but it's bringing up sort of thoughts maybe you had thought you've been put to rest, sort of coming up to the surface and causing you a bit of disruption, sort of wounded, like this is exposing sort of wounds here with that. And the whole, well, the transits are these are the exact transits. When I look at the chart, we have a lot of squares to Jupiter, so it's not good for our, like, so Jupiter brings in the luck. It's not good. By the end of the month, Jupiter, so early, we get into June, Jupiter will make its way from Gemini into Cancer, which could be good for home buyers. So I have to say that what happens with that. There are some more positive aspects to Venus. We do have a trine to Venus and Mars. We get a sextile with Uranus And then we've got the Pluto coming up, which is quite positive. And also too, Mercury still has, so that's sextile to Jupiter, which is bringing out good news, good communication. But I still don't feel like people are going to be happy with selection in what's going to happen. I do feel like the minor parties are going to be coming up more. Then we've got Saturn. We've got some sextiles to Saturn, which is quite positive too. So those are the main parts that are coming up with the astrology. I didn't have time to make a video for the Australian election. I tried and I just didn't have time, just with everything else I have going on. I just haven't had time since after Easter. It's just been one thing every weekend. I've been working every weekend without a break. So, but I kind of feel Dutton is get there. Elbow, his natal chart, he has some conjunctions that aren't quite positive, and he has had Saturn go over his sun, which has been problems around his life. So, but we'll have to see. It's hard. It's murky, and even in the astrology, the energy is very murky. It's very hard to see, and it's not the most positive day to have an election. So, if I was running an election, I probably wouldn't want to pick this day on running an election. So let's look at the cards quickly on what's coming up with this week. I do feel like this week is bringing about the delusion. We're still dealing with those major energies at play. It's still that the Venus, Neptune and Saturn and the node. So I said when we get to halfway, at least Mercury's come off that now, but it's meeting up with Chiron this week. But when we get to halfway through May, we should feel the energy should start to feel a little bit lighter, because at least Venus will be moving away. And then we will have, soon, we have Saturn. I think it might be in May. Saturn will be meeting up with Neptune, and they'll be sort of stuck there. Yep, so by the end of this month, on the 24th, Saturn will be coming into Aries, so that will be meeting up with Neptune. And yeah, that's going to be the energy will be building too, because they'll be sort of stuck a little bit together. So it's just been it's been a bit crazy, a bit unusual. Okay, let's have a look at the cards and see what the cards say for the week ahead. I'm using my Marvel superhero cards because just was drawn to them. This could be a magical experience, or it could be about the delusion that's coming up this week. As I said, I feel like it's very foggy, the energy coming up. There could even be like a collapse in society of some sort coming up too, that I feel like, and I still feel like there's money issues. Last week I said about money, about cash flow, and then we've had power outages in, I think it was Spain, and some other parts of the world had like outages. So that would have been problems with your electronic cash system. So I still feel like there could be issues, cash flow, cash systems, especially with that Venus conjuncting Neptune. But also could be about pulling the wool over people's eyes, and that delusion coming up there with that card. And we might be looking at a breakthrough moment, or again, it could be that you're looking at life for a fairy tale, like you're trying to be very positive at life and trying to feel like things are certain. This could also be about romance, and it could be about relationships or everything to the front. But it could be about seeing the positive aspects in relationship too. But I also feel like it's like a fairy tale thing here. We're trying to look through rose-colored glasses to be very positive. There could be a bit of anger issues coming up here. Anger, to me, it's like about anger or defensive too with that card. Could even be about standing up to bullies. For some reason with this card, I feel like it's linked to anxiety. So I feel like there could be stuff coming up with people's anxieties, nervousness, and it could be about the pressure of the world that's coming up. Just the other day, I was just sort of thinking, and I was just kept on getting something's coming, and it could be about defensive about that. Like I keep on seeing like the soldiers marching. It's like with my yearly predictions, I kept on seeing the soldiers marching too. there's definitely things coming up here to do with Venus. So financial relationships, there is stuff coming up with that, because that's the second thing that's come up, to do with like love, Venus, but I'm going to say linked to money too. I feel like this card, it's about outgrowing people, so it could be a sense of and it even could be about outgrowing relationships. Perhaps you're trying to look for a relationship through rose-colored glasses, but you're actually outgrown a relationship and you don't want to admit that, and you're staying maybe for the children, or you miss like the playful side, or your partner's like a child and you're having to look after them. There is look, I also feel like there is regrowth, there is new energy coming in as well. Also feel like be careful what we wish for too. I really feel like things is going to be unmasked, uncovered, and I feel like this could be on the 7th where we got the Mercury with Chiron. I just feel like there's going to be things or patterns that you thought you had dealt with that are going to come back up, back up to haunt you, but just coming back up too. It's my cat. She makes human noises when she sleeps. Honestly, be careful of certain people in your life. Just be careful. I just feel like there's lies and manipulation this week. So they said that usually Venus, it's still putting up momentum. And even if I go by the end of the week, let me just see, by the end of the week and see where will that Venus be by the 8th. I do my next video next Friday. Okay, it is by the 8th, it is off Neptune, but they're still 3 degrees apart, so you're going to be dealing with this energy the whole week. Linked with this Wednesday, when you've got the Chiron with Mercury. There's deception at play here, defensiveness coming up. And it's like you might be sort of scorned. This is where I feel like hidden strength's going to come out, or where you feel your duty is going to come up this week too. There could be a sense of blame game as well. I just feel like there could be a sense of government's not happy, or there's a flip here in government, so it could be coming up too for this week. It will be like an interesting week, not for the faint-hearted. I know for Australia it's going to be an interesting the next couple of days will be quite interesting for us here with our election. I feel like stay true to your word, stay strong, and also just have courage, but there also could be a breakthrough moment. I have a feeling something's going to be exposed this week, like the wool pull over people's eyes I feel like by on a Wednesday or by the end of the week, but I really feel like something's coming too. Let's do a channel and see what I get the channel for this week. Okay. This week we'll all feel insecure and odd. For the week we'll just feel weird. The energy of the week is going to feel stupid, it's going to feel confusing, it's going to be conflicting, for you're all wanting the same thing, but yet you can't decide on the same thing. For there'll be a clash with people's logics between the way they're thinking. For there's also a clash in people's culture within the same country. For there is a big divide that is coming up, and the divide will get wider and wider. But the more people that are coming in that are waking up is getting bigger and bigger. For the people who are stubborn, who don't want to see the truth, for their side is getting smaller, but they are still there, and they're still yelling very loudly and clearly for what they want to do, for what they want to bring in, for what they want to embrace. For they do not choose to see the real things in life. They choose to see what they want to see. For there are people who are hungry and starving in the world, who don't know how to call for help, who do not know how to seek help. For others, it's about creating that knowledge and creating that stability for themselves. Those people will thrive. Those people know how to ask for help. Those people know how to survive. For the others, the world is wiping out. For the people who cannot survive and who will not adjust to certain reality issues, they will not be able to live in a world where they cannot hide. This will no longer be tolerated or will be able to happen. that was a long channel. Okay, so thank you to all my new subscribers from that. I didn't realize that Canadian video was going to go get so many views as it did. So welcome to my channel. I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but I'm just sort of doing this video in a hurry. So they said with our election, Australia, I didn't get time to do it. I may even do a quick TikTok tonight just on the charts, and just so we can see, and I might even upload it if I can later on. Just remember to vote, everybody. That's the main thing. So as I said, this weekend I will be in Swansea. So Swansea RSL. If you're on Central Coast and you do want to get a reading from me, come to Swansea RSL. I am there. I charge, so at those kind of fairs, I do charge $70 for 20 minutes. And I do give you a lot of information in that 20 minutes. As long as you know what you want to know, you come to me and I can give you the information that you need to know. Next weekend I'm at Camden, so I'll be at Camden for one day, Saturday. After that I fly out to Singapore, so I'm on a 1 week's holiday, Singapore. I won't be doing a live that week because it's just going to be too hard. I'm being with my sister. However, I will do my usual TikToks and I will do my social media. I'll still sort of be posting and keeping when I can with that. I think there might be, when I'm away, a new moon. I will still do my weekly video as well in that week when I get time. But I will be away that week for readings. I probably will not be doing readings in that week either because, again, I am on holidays. I'll be away and I just think it might be too hard to try and fit readings in when I'm seeing in a different country, sightseeing. And then if I come back, I have my show in Mittagong. So on the 25th of May, my show in Mittagong, $50 a ticket. Come, it's going to be a really great night. I will be organising a Zoom platform as well. That's later on down the track when I can get over May. I will be doing that. I have the Afterlife Convention at the end of June and the beginning of July. I'm in Brisbane again. So we have a few cabins left for the cruise. So again, I've got the cruise coming up. Time is running out. We've only got a few cabins left. We might be getting more in, but if you want to come to that, I suggest you look into that now and put your deposit down. There might be some more stuff happening in the works, but I'll let you know as soon as I know. I've got fairs in October as well, so very, very busy. I think that's it for this one, because I've got to get things. I'm going to get ready and then go hop in the car and go. So thank you for your likes, shares and your comments. Australia, don't forget to vote tomorrow. I've already voted for me. always vote early. Did it on the first day, get it over and done with. If you don't like the two major parties, I'm sure there's a party out there that will agree with your whatever you want to bring in, whatever you believe in. Ultimately, we will get Labor or Liberal. Just depends where you are sitting on the fence. So just I have a feeling that the minor parties are going to get in, like One Nation. I feel like it's going to get a seat. So I feel like that Senator Rennick might even also get up there a seat too. But anyways, thank you for your likes, shares and your comments, and I'll see you for my next video. So bye for now.